Hello guys, this is Modest Major here, bringing you some commentary over some Halo 5 gameplay, and I am well aware that this has been a very long time since I've put together a Halo commentary. I can only apologize for my inactivity. I don't know how much of you guys follow my Twitter, or for that matter, follow my YouTube channel or my persona, whatever it is in general. But basically, I ended up getting really sick at the beginning of this year. It wasn't a very eventful sickness, it wasn't the most exciting thing. It was just I got really fatigued for a very long time, about 7 months. And now finally it's starting to wear off as the days are passing, and I'm feeling myself having a lot more energy. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm definitely way closer than I have been. And then, essentially, I was getting a bit frustrated with my internet as well. Like, truth be told, I would have been streaming a fair bit, even if it was for my tiredness. I didn't want to make YouTube videos, per se, because I like to put a lot of energy and a lot of thought and a lot of, just effort into the videos that I create, and I didn't feel up to the task of doing that. But when it comes to streaming, you can afford to take a more laid-back approach, so I didn't necessarily think that being tired would have hindered my streams too much. But yeah, just my connection for playing Halo 5, it meant that I would have to stream in 300 bitrate, which, if you know anything about bitrates and Twitch, it's basically awful. It's about 240p. It looks worse than 240p on YouTube, so it's basically looking at one gigantic pixel on the screen at a time, and somewhere in there was my face and some gameplay, and it just bothered me to have bad quality, and it was something that was out of my hands. But if you guys didn't know this, also, I have also moved house. I've moved house to a house with 200 meg internet, which I've never had it anywhere close to as good internet. I had a brief phase of time where I went to university, where I actually had some pretty decent internet, but it didn't last very long, and I was obviously busy with trying to study and trying to do well at the time, so I didn't actually utilize it that much. But now I'm finally in a setup where I've got a job right now, which is kind of the hours I love, which is like 3 till 10, which is like sublime for me because I love staying up late, and I can basically have a lie-in, so I can stream pretty much all night. And I'm going to leave a link to my stream in the description because I've been streaming every night the last couple of nights. Been doing Halo 5 with Ruben and Nick. I do plan to stream some Melee, but like I don't want to go overboard with it, A, because I know not everyone who's in my viewership is going to be particularly into that, and B, I find that game really hard to stream anyway. I can't multitask it in the same way I can multitask Halo 5. I can literally read a novel to you guys whilst playing Halo 5. I just find it really easy to multitask, probably because I've played it for so long. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm basically wanting to take more of my time and put it into doing Halo 5 content and bringing streams to you guys, bringing YouTube videos to you guys, and just taking the whole thing a little bit more seriously than I have done in the last couple of years. Actually playing Halo 5 again and playing this new Triple Team Slayer playlist has been an absolute blast. We played about 30 games in a row, no lie, yesterday, and they were some of the funnest Halo games I've had, period, let alone just in Halo 5. I think they've done something with this playlist to make either the rank restrictions a little bit less intense, or just in general, it's a social playlist. I'm not sure what to say. I mean, to be fair, I've said that before and been wrong about it, but this is so late into Halo 5's cycle that if there was some sort of ranking thing, I feel like I'd notice. I noticed with any other playlist, like, almost straight away off the bat, like, okay, we had an easy game then, and then it got hard when we did really well in that next game, and then it got even harder. And as you guys know, I'm just someone who likes to, play a little bit more of a chilled gaming session. And it's not like we didn't have our close games. We actually lost like 2 or 3 games in the night altogether. But it felt like if we were on our A game and if we were calling out, we'd like beat the average team. And that's just something I'm a little bit more used to in the Halo 4 days. Call me a scumbag. Maybe I am a scumbag. I don't know. But regardless, what I want to say is this Triple Team Slayer playlist, I used to play a lot of multi-team back in the Halo 3 days, and even in Halo 4, I think Halo 4 for me Actually, maybe Halo Reach. Halo 4 and Halo Reach were kind of the worst iterations of multi-team for me. It was just a bit too chaotic. They'd do either 3v3v3v3 or 4v4v4v4, and they'd shove it on small little maps. It just didn't make too much sense for me, and it was a bit too cluttered, whereas this is 3 teams of 3 pitted against one another, and for me that is just the perfect arrangement of teams, because it's not too chaotic, but there is that tiny bit of chaos just for a little bit of fun. There's some controversial spawn points though. For example, we spawned on top rockets on the map Colosseum, and you just spawn and you literally walk forward 2 steps to pick up those rockets, and it's like, okay, that's a little bit interesting, but whatever, we'll go with the flow. But I don't think the playlist is designed to be too serious, and I think that's why they removed some of the ranking limitations, or at the very least restricted them, which is something they should be doing in general across every, like, you know, every playlist of this nature, where it's like, okay, this isn't Team Slayer at its, you know, highest form of competitive play, so let's lower the restrictions down at least a little bit. It just makes sense, because there's so many playlists that don't fall into the category of, oh, I want to try hard this like crazy, you know, playlists like Action Sack, playlists like Triple Team Slayer, you know, they're not the traditional Halo multiplayer suite of those arena playlists. But yeah, you know, I've been getting into some of the Halo 5 maps as well. I don't necessarily like all the maps. I think, like, it's got some of the most, none of the maps are bad, but it's got some of the most average maps in Halo history for me, Halo 5, at times. But there are a few maps I do get on with a lot. I really love Stasis. I think Stasis is one of my favorite Halo maps, like, period. I love Plaza. I've always loved Plaza. I don't know why. I love the whole art style and the aesthetic of it, and where the weapons are. You know, the rush to OS, the sniper rifle being where it is, and having a strong position, but a position that can be very easily attacked, and you kind of need to be really tactical with in which the ways you approach it. Yeah, I just find it a really entertaining map, so I'm definitely getting more back into Halo 5. You know, for me, the only bugbear I have right now, the only thing that really would put me off playing the game again and again and again is the idea that they're just not implementing the Forge maps to the highest degree, which is something that really upsets me, mainly because I think their Forge maps are so great and so well-rounded, and they have so many good remakes out there, and I think they're the best from both an aesthetic standpoint and from a from like an authentic standpoint of being really, really close and to scale with their originals. It's something you couldn't accomplish with some of the older Forges, because I think there's a lot you can do with this Halo 5 Forge that you weren't able to do in previous games. So overall, yeah, I'm actually like way more optimistic about my play on Halo 5, especially if playlists like these come along, and I just had a blast. So yeah, I hope you guys check out my stream. I hope you guys check out the YouTube videos that I put in the future. I have been Modest Major. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.